Everyone. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. I'm always so excited to upload new content for my viewers, and I really appreciate the comments. My comments come to me. I don't post virtually yet. It's kind of I would say a semi-strategic move I'm making at this point to kind of get a feel for what my viewers enjoy by way of topic and some of the comments that they may have. So actually, you guys are helping me to zone in on my presentations towards you. So thank you. And I do still get comments about when to click unsubscribe, how to go about that. So again, YouTube is, like Facebook or social media, it's driven by an email. So you have to have your email. And once you have your email up there, you just click subscribe. It's like 1, 2, 3, and that's it. So please, I would love it. Oh yeah, okay, you do it like that. So that's how we do it. And then lastly, a little housekeeping. My book was due October 31st. I never made that date. It's due every October 31st. I haven't made that date yet. But it's due November 25th. Yay. And I should make that one. And November 25th is Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving. And I do hope to get that out to everyone. I really should have had it complete by now, but I have made some changes in my content towards it. It's my own way of being a little careful with the wordsmithing of it and the language of it, because it really is a book on the way to go about work and working with others, which is a good segue into today's topic. So talk about the ability or lack of ability, or not even, there's no lack of ability, the inability to do it and to use your voice to end a conflict, to engage in a more proactive, positive way with one another. So let's just start with the word conflict, conversation, connection, all of this, constant, consistent, all of that. When we have that, it's a negative friction. You see, it's like that. And when we don't quickly settle something that is simmering up to be a conflict, it becomes a kind of a consistency. It kind of has it carries on. It has a lingering effect. Let's put it that way. And that we want less of, right? So by default, we are people who are made from love. So how else did you get here? But someone made love, okay? So we are made from love. And we have learned to adjust societally to the negative friction that comes. And we have learned at times to be less loving, not that we're not loving, but less loving. And it's almost like it's like a fiction. And this is the thing that disturbs the personhood, the subconscious, the spirit within, the zones within, the chakras within, the chakra in the mind, the eye, the heart, the throat, the heart, so forth. And it keeps it in conflict. And that's what we don't want. Yes? So I'm a person who this content was created mostly with focus on the workplace, but it has developed in just general people relationships, interpersonal relationships, guidance for a more harmonious harmony, unification. So, for example, we always hear the term, team. What team are you on? And that by default is division. Okay, so let's just start there with the workplace. Let's start there. That by default is division. So I hear people all this time say, there's no you and no I in team. No, you're right. And that's why you don't have unity. Because see, there's a you and there's an I in unity. And then by the way, there's a whole chapter in my second and third book about that. Because the conflict where we say at work, oh, there's just a little, there's like a little good, we're stirring them on. It can turn into something else. Trust. So the way we go about our collaborations, about our relationships, what kind of relationship? It doesn't matter the type. It could be work, home, sibling rivalry, parent-child, loving relationships. The way we go about them and our inability to speak up quickly enough to shut down a simmering conflict is often because we are afraid to use our voice, or we haven't used our voice, or why should I be the big person all the time? Why shouldn't that person? You know why you're the big person all the time? You know why? Let me tell you why. Because you carry your king, you carry your queen. Your subconscious can tap you quickly, whereas the other person, they cannot. Not that you're better than them, not that you're more risen than them, you're just more woke than them. They deal with their issues differently. This is why drugs and alcohol is on the rise. Just, I think it was Monday. Today is Friday, the 19th of this recording, the 19th of November. Just on Monday, here comes a report that the #1 killer, even more than COVID last year, was drugs and alcohol driven by mental health and suicide attempt. So who's well? Overdosing, fentanyl, and not keeping our temple in tip-top condition. Nobody's perfect. Don't look over here. Whoa. Nobody's perfect. But this one thing I do, this one thing you do, if you're the one who's being the bigger person all the time, you keep your pentagon in strategy. You keep yourself healthy. You keep yourself woke. You read, you discover, you're looking for, you're advancing. And that's why it's upon you to continue to rise above to that occasion. I know we shouldn't always have to do it. I say all the time, and I'll say again right now, I have done a lot of things in way of professional strategy, for lack of a better term, to get the end result that I'm looking for. Because I know who you are that's sitting across from me. Should I have to do that? No. I should just ask you. Come on. I should just ask you. But you want to push the buttons. You want to exalt yourself in your position. You want us to know who you are. We already know who you are. And all of this. And so to comfort the compass and the campus of the company, we do certain things to appease everybody. When at the end of the day, we should really have an expectation of adulthood. Yes? Go, Sheri. Go, Sheri. We should have an expectation of adulthood. You did something wrong. I expect you to be able to recognize that, to acknowledge that. Don't shift the blame. Here's what an adult is. You're an adult when you can acknowledge, value, recognize, apologize, take ownership and accountability without blaming someone else along the way. I did it because she did that. I did it because he did that. I'm talking working in life. I didn't return her text because she did that. That's childish. Wake up. Be an adult. Respectfully, I love us. Respectfully. So when we're doing these, what I call red shirt things, that's why you're not in the game. That's why you're on the sideline. Red shirt means you ain't even in the game. You're on the team, but you're not in the game because you have not learned to play well with others. That's why you're in another relationship. That's why you're on another job. That's why you're not speaking to your mother. That's why you're not speaking to your father. That's why you and your brothers broke up, are not speaking. All of this. Because a real king and a real queen is looking to correct, even if the relationship doesn't get exactly how they want it, they're looking to correct their own state of karma, their own state of it hitting and impacting them. So if you're in a constant conflict, a consistent conflict, and you haven't been able to get a subconscious objection to that, then this is the recognition for you. Subconscious objection means deep within yourself, you don't even want to do that no more. That's what subconscious objection is. So, for example, let's say COVID put the extra 10 pounds on you. Blame it on, there's blaming. And you don't want it. You subconsciously deal with it until you actually take action to get rid of the 10 pounds. It ain't just gonna leave. You have to do something. And so if we're waiting for some kumbaya miracle in the sky, I'm just gonna happen to bump into that person. And if I bump into them, if you're waiting on that, that's childish. No, real kings and real queens do not do that. That's childish. That's why you don't have her back in your life. That's why you don't have him back in your life. That's why it's still bothersome to you at times, because you haven't corrected your own wrong. Correct it. And here's why a lot of times people haven't. They're afraid of the outcome. There's no guarantee of any outcome, but they're afraid of the outcome, so they don't want to deal with a possible rejection, so they do nothing. That's childish. That's childish. Rise up, king. But see, you're a real king. Rise up, queen. You're a real queen. And I have explained what I meant by that many times. But I am feeling it within myself now to explain it again. So when I say you're a real king and a real queen, I mean you're a woke enough soul to recognize when your life is asking for something better from you and is requiring it and demanding it from you in such a way that you hear it. That's a king, that's a queen, that's gangsta. You are top dog. You are a badass. Yes, you are. You probably outrank the people you hang around. And I don't mean better than. I mean spiritually outrank them. And that's okay. But that doesn't mean you should lower your standards. So rise up and do the right thing, because you have it within yourself. And any relationship that you want and desire in your life, go get it and stop playing games. Grow up. I love you. Bye. Happy Thanksgiving.